learned to embrace, not accept it. We were given nothing more, so we kept it.
Matthew chapter 27, starting in verse 32, says, "As they were going out, they met a man from Cyrene named Simon, and they forced him to carry the cross. They came to a place called Golgotha, which means the place of the skull. There they offered Jesus wine to drink mixed with gall, but after tasting it, he refused to drink it. When they had crucified him, they divided up his clothes by casting lots." On Friday morning, our Savior, our Messiah, our Master, was in the Garden of Gethsemane in the wee hours of the morning. He was praying, he was crying out to God. That's when the betrayer came. That's when the Romans came to arrest him. He was cuffed. He was betrayed. He was taken to a place where he was judged. He was taken to a place where ultimately he was condemned. He was actually taken to a place called Golgotha, a place of the skull. He was taken to a place where he would carry something like this. He would carry a cross, a tool of condemnation, a mark of judgment, a place where he would ultimately ruthlessly die, a place where ultimately he would ruthlessly be slaughtered as a lamb is to the... And he would do that all in the name of our nation. A lot of times in church on Resurrection Sunday, we come together and talk about the crucifixion. And that's outstanding. First and foremost, I want you to know what the crucifixion is all about. According to 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 21, he who knew no sin, listen, he who knew no sin became sin, so that we may be the righteousness of God. Do you understand the justice behind such a passage? Him who knew no sin became sin. The Greek word for sin, harmathia, it actually doesn't just mean sin as in wrongdoing, but it means anything that causes harm. Yeah. Sin could be not only all the things that we saw Pastor Damien on the floor slaughtering over and sluggishly ebbing from. Sin could also be the things that come against you. Trials, tribulations, temptations. He who knew no trials became all of our lives trials. Him who knew no tribulations became all of life's tribulations. Him who knew no harm became harm. As a matter of fact, this story is much deeper than just simply telling you the passage. He who knew no sin, really, honestly, listen, became sin. It goes so deep as to say that him who didn't have addiction became the very mark of addiction. And maybe it's a small thing. Maybe it's just cigarettes. Him who couldn't deal with this because he didn't know this became the very mark of something so small. And while no, I'm not condemning you, I want to know, and I want to let you know right now, that him who knew no sin became sin. Him who did not know that pain, he became that pain. It goes deeper than that, doesn't it? Him who didn't know the depth of addiction, him who couldn't comprehend the depth of addiction, him who never popped oxycodone, yeah, really, became this very addiction. Him who couldn't comprehend and suffering and trial behind that pill addiction, he became that pill addiction. Him who never had a crack problem or a weed problem or any of those things. Him who didn't twist a bowl. Him who didn't find himself in a meth house. Well, I want to let you know, he became this problem. He became all that hurt, all that trial, all that suffering. He took this right here and he put it on the cross with his flesh. He became this trouble right here so that we could sit here today and not so much stare at a man hanging on a cross, but stare at our problems hanging on the cross of Calvary. He who knew no addiction became addiction. Him who knew no addiction became addiction. Him who never took a needle in his veins. Him who never took the time to heat up some black tar heroin in a spoon. He became every bit of this so that we may be the righteousness of God. He became all of this addiction right here, every bit of it, so that we wouldn't be consumed with it, so that we wouldn't have to worry with it. He took all that on Himself on Friday. We call it Good Friday. Bull! There was nothing good about Friday. It was the most torrential, awful experience that mankind, humanity has ever known. It was the time when God Himself stood up and took Himself onto a cross and took on Himself every single sin that we could ever imagine. God became sin. It was so much more than that. If you look at the depth of it, a lot of us deal with things that we just can't get over. A lot of men and women are hidden in the subterfuge of pornography. And while yes, it's a sin, it's so much more, isn't it? It's pain because it's bondage. Him who never looked at pornography, him who never saw Jenna Jameson or Sylvia Saint, he took this on himself. He took the very pain and agony of pornography on himself, and he found a very special place at the cross where he would slaughter that very problem. While we're sitting in church today, while we're watching on the internet trying to figure out what we're doing, I want you to know what He was doing 2,000 years ago. He was crucifying all of our pain, all of our agony, all of our bondage. He took on Himself all of our mess. Life is hard. I know it's hard. I've been in a lot of bad places myself. And a lot of us, especially you guys watching in jail, you've been dealing with thoughts that you ought not have. I'm no good. I'll never add up in this world. I need a noose. I'm going to end it because I'm not ever going to make anything of my life. I'm a failure. I'm a credit. I'm a loser. I'm going to go find a place and I'm just going to end it all. Well, let me tell you something, friend. Right now, by the precious blood, Him who never had a single suicidal thought, every suicidal thought that you could ever have, Him who never felt that pain, put it on that cross and took on Himself all of that agony. Him who never felt that agony, took it on Himself and crucified it. It's not easy, is it? But imagine for God Himself how hard it was for Him to take all of this mess. Oh,